Have you ever looked around your workplace and wondered, how did they get promoted? Maybe you're working hard and you're producing results, showing up every single day and doing everything you've been told to do. Yet somehow it feels like others are advancing faster than you. If you've ever felt overlooked, frustrated, or underappreciated, you are not alone. You see, one of the biggest misconceptions in professional growth is actually believing that hard work alone determines your career success. Now, don't misunderstand me. Hard work does matter, and performance matters, and results matter. But throughout my 30 years in healthcare, I've learned something very, very important. Technical competence gets you in the room. However, influence often determines what happens next. You see, the professionals who advance are not always the smartest people in the building. They're often the people who understand how to build trust, how to build credibility, how to build visibility and influence in the organization. So today on this video, I want to share 7 leadership skills that can help you become more respected, more effective, and actually more influential in your career. So let's get started. Skill number 1, build relationships before you need them. You see, the first skill is building strong professional relationships. There are many high performers who believe their work should speak for itself, but unfortunately, that's not always enough because people advocate for people they actually know. People recommend other people they trust. People create opportunities for people they remember. Some of the most important conversations about your career happen when you are not in the room. So the question is this: who is speaking on your behalf? You need to build relationships intentionally, not because you're trying to impress other people, but because trust creates opportunity, and relationships often open doors that performance alone cannot. Skill number 2, develop an executive presence. Have you ever noticed that some people walk into a room and immediately command attention? It's not always because of their title. It's often because of how they communicate. And it's often because of how they carry themselves and how they present ideas. People often decide whether to take you seriously before you finish your first sentence. So, executive presence is not having arrogance about yourself. It's having confidence. It's having clarity and having composure. It's communicating your ideas with conviction. It's believing in your contribution before asking others to believe in it with you. Skill number 3, you need to understand what's happening beyond your own department. Many professionals out there become so focused on their own responsibilities that they lose sight of the bigger picture. The strongest leaders don't just understand their job, they actually understand the business. They understand the challenges that are out there for the entire organizations. They understand the opportunities for the organization. They actually understand the direction of the organization. If you're always the last person to know what's changing, you're always reacting instead of preparing. So I want to encourage you to do this. Stay curious. Ask good questions. Learn how decisions affect the broader organization because awareness actually creates opportunity. Here's skill number 4. Know how decisions really get made in your organization. Every organization should have an organizational chart, but influence doesn't always follow that chart. Some of the most influential people in a company don't have the biggest title. Pay attention to who leaders consult or ask questions of. Pay attention to who people trust in the organization, who consistently influences decisions. because understanding how influence moves through an organization helps you become more effective at navigating it. You see, this isn't about politics. It's actually about understanding people. Skill number 5, protect your professional reputation, because your reputation enters the room before you actually do. I want you to think about that. Long before many people work directly with you, they've often heard something about you. If you're not intentional about your reputation, someone else may define it for you. So ask yourself this question: what do I want to be known for? And then ask additional questions. Do I want to be known for my integrity, leadership, dependability, strategic thinking skills? And then reinforce that reputation consistently through your actions and behavior. Skill number 6, you need to create healthy professional boundaries. Many people think boundaries are about just saying no. But I want to say that those boundaries, or professional boundaries, are much bigger than that, because boundaries actually create clarity. Boundaries communicate expectations, and boundaries protect your effectiveness. The strongest boundaries rarely require constant explanation because they're consistent. People know what to expect of your boundaries. They know where you consistently stand, and they learn how to engage with you professionally. Strong boundaries create stronger leadership. Here's skill number 7. Become a strategic thinker. And out of all the skills, this may be the most important skill of all, because many professionals become known for solving problems, and that's extremely valuable. But leaders actually do something different. They identify the problems that matter most. The people who become indispensable don't just fix today's issues, they actually help organizations prepare for tomorrow's challenges. They connect problems to strategy. They connect problems to strategy and then performance and growth, and identify risk. And this is what separates contributors from strategic leaders. The one skill that makes all of this work is this skill of being a strategic thinker. But before we finish, there's another skill I want to talk about. One that maybe wasn't in the 7 that we talked or discussed about on this video, but I will say that when you think about this one skill called emotional intelligence, it's so important that we think about how difficult people create pressure in organizations, conflict creates emotion, and toxic individuals want reactions. And if someone can control your own emotions or how you manage your emotional intelligence, they can actually influence your decisions. The ability to remain calm and composed and focused under pressure is one of the greatest leadership advantages that you can develop. Because strong leaders don't take the bait. They actually stay disciplined and stay professional and focused on the outcome. Career growth is about more than just hard work. It's about building trust, creating the visibility, developing credibility, and learning how to influence positive outcomes while always remaining stable with your emotions and having good emotional intelligence. And if you develop the 7 skills rooted with controlling your emotions, you become harder to ignore and more effective as a leader. If this video has helped you, please subscribe to this channel. Every week, I am sharing practical leadership strategies, workplace insights, communication skills, and career growth tools to help you become the leader that you were called to be. And after you watch this video, watch 7 things you should never do in a toxic job. Because I believe that understanding how to grow your influence is important, but avoiding the mistakes that keep people stuck may actually be even more important. As we serve together, Dr. Jeff.